Hi, welcome back. You probably are or may not be a Fortnite pro. I'm just a scrub and a newbie when it comes to this game. Yes, believe it or not, I am a newbie. I haven't played Fortnite in years, and you may be wondering how can I call myself a newbie if I already played Fortnite in the past? Well, I, 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 I don't know. I'm just a video game enthusiast. Well, I play a lot of games, and yes, I played Fortnite back in the day when it was first released, the Battle Royale mode that became this sensation on the internet that everyone was talking about. And I only tried it like 3 days before giving up on the building mechanic. I was just not good at the game, and after years of no good games in the market and that could satisfy my shooter needs, I decided to go back and try it once more. It's been years, and holy moly, there's a lot said about this game. I'm not sure why, but Fortnite has become my go to game when it comes to shooters. And the first time um, I booted it up, I got confused about the clutter UI that the home screen presents you with, and even before that I wasn't sure on what of the many versions should I get from the PlayStation Store menu. I literally had to go through YouTube videos and Reddit forums just to make sure that I was downloading the correct game and navigating through the menu, and I'm not kidding. It was so cluttered that you just may as well get lost and then close the app and go play something else. But being me, when no good games to play, and I decided to stay and endure the hard process of getting familiar and accustomed to the new game. That it pay off in the end after like 3 days, and yes, you heard that right, 3 days. I got accustomed to it. I finally could navigate through the menu to get to the game I wanted to, and that was the battle royale. When I started playing, it was like the end of the last season. I don't know what season, but the thing is that that season of with this new season, sorry, is the video game theme seasons that when I started, and so I started playing, and I have to say that Fortnite for me has become this go-to game where I can enjoy my multiplayer experience, and it has a good level of challenge that back in the day I just didn't want to deal with, but now I'm starting to feel it. Yeah, I know that half of the lobbies are bots and the other halves are real players, but I'm enjoying my time with it. And like I mentioned on my Battlefield video, I wanted a good balance in between real players and a challenge, and Fortnite is delivering on me on the, to me on that one. So you already probably are a Fortnite veteran, and you may say that I'm not is not touching upon something new, and perhaps you're right. Just take into consideration that I'm new to this game. I'm never really stuck when it first came out until now, and I even bought the battle pass, and I'm having a blast playing matches in between real and bot players. I personally don't mind this. Fortnite for me is not a game to take seriously, and I'm sorry if I offended anyone that takes the game seriously, but for me, it's a fun experience so far. The other day, I tried out serial building, and it has become my go-to game mode. Playing solos, I got my first ever victory royale against a real player, and it felt earned. And how I can tell that this player was a real player and not a bot? Well, this guy was not moving in the typical predictable behavior that a bot has with their predictable patterns, or it must be part of those years of FPS games that I got those eyes for those types of tactics. I started to play with build active, and again for me it felt fresh. It felt faster and a bit easier to get the hang of it. Even I got into a gunfight with another player that obviously was better than me at building, and I got my ass kicked. But you know what happened? Instead of feeling frustrated, I got excited about it. I went outside to my backyard and to have a smoke and started to search for building tips for this game. For me, this is a good sign of interest that I haven't felt in years with other games. And after watching video after video, I got to realize how deep this game can go. So I'm willing to put it in the time little by little, but for now, I'm sticking with the zero build to what is also to what it also has its own level of challenge. And this is what I've been looking for into a game for a while now. I wanted a good casual game that made me feel good and at the same time provide me with a challenge, and I think I found it. For me, the gameplay feels challenging and rewarding at the same time. The building, as much as I hate it at times now, I feel like everyone has a fighting chance. Well, perhaps it's just a me thing because I had a few battles I have won with building, and not to high skill levels of building, but with very basic wall building and stuff like that. That has helped me get the upper hand in some situations, and I'm glad I'm not feeling forced to build if I don't want to. I think this is a good example of what games should be, a fun experience. I've always said that games should be just taking like that, just games, something to have fun with. I know many would say that they have grown tired of the Fortnite, and I get it. Fortnite is a game that has been out for a while now, and perhaps this is something that happened to me in the military shooter genre. I got fatigued from these shooters that feels too sweaty, that when it came here it felt like an escape from all those try hard brackets, and that just sucked the enjoyment out of those games nowadays. That it made me feel like Fortnite was an oasis for me, someone who was thirsty for something completely new. I feel like many shooters nowadays look and feel the same, and of course, they're shooters, they're supposed to feel like a shooter. But what I'm saying is that every game is becoming this um, codification, this codification with their fast movement, running and gunning. No one plays the objective, everyone wants to hit the next big clip, and I get it. But some of us just want to play the game, and that's it. I tried COD once with Infinite Warfare when it released, and I got it on sale. I didn't get it on day one, um, and I didn't like it, not for the gameplay, but for the crazy movement that made me feel like I just couldn't keep up as a casual. Battlefield slowly became this version of COD with with a Battlefield stamp on it, that also like made me feel so. It made me feel it made it feel so sweaty for me to even enjoy. I know that there's people who like this type of gameplay, and I feel happy for you. I hope you enjoy your games, but for some of us, it's just not fun at all. It's just not fun at all, and not too many developers nowadays make games for every skill level. But I feel they only cater to the more hardcore player rather than having a great balance in between the hardcore and the casual players. You may say that Fortnite has its hardcore player base and even has a rank game mode for those who like to compete. And yes, I'm glad that that is there. Something I like sometimes I like to compete, but most of the time I just want to crack open a soda and just sit down and relax and have a great time. I bet most people want it, or perhaps I am wrong, but I don't really uh, think so much. I see too many people complain about in social media about the skill based matchmaking. SBMM is a thing that I see that has too much complaint, and I get it why. I think everyone has fallen victim to SBMM, but let's take a look on the new COD Modern Warfare 4. I don't have any COD Modern Warfare 4 gameplay. I don't play COD anymore, and I refuse to play it. I've seen gameplay I've seen enough gameplay by now on the beta, and I watched some YouTubers who I follow for years by now, who have been a code center channels, and most of them are struggling with these issues. The game is riddled with issues, but the most common I hear is the SVMM that is cranked up to the max, and it's making the life of even the most of the sweatiest of players miserable. Then why would you play a game that makes you miserable? You Yeah, you most of the examples I mentioned make a living from playing card, but sometimes some things gotta change. And again, that is why I don't like sticking to a single game. I play whatever I feel like playing at the moment. Perhaps this won't help me in the long run for my YouTube career, but the focus on my channel is not about a single game. It's more about talking to the mic on whatever is the topic I wanted to discuss on that day. And today, it's Fortnite and my experience with it and how it compares to other games that I play or even seen change compared to the gaming experience. My name is Jaco, and I'm here to tell you to play games that make you have a genuine interest on you and not everything that social media says it is trending. Search and look for those games that will make you feel rewarded instead of frustrated. Don't feel forced to play what everyone is playing at the moment. Hey, maybe an old game can be your savior. Perhaps that game you ditched years ago has received an update that will make you stick and commit to it again, like it did for me. I'm not saying it won't become. I'm not saying I want to become a Fortnite pro, but I will see how much enjoyment I'm getting out of it, and only time will tell. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope I can catch you in the next video. Bye bye.